We're back at Paris's largest flea market, and we're gonna find some more treasures.
And you know we're gonna have some delicious French food.
And as always, we're taking you right along for the adventure. Join the journey.
I'm Harleen, and along with my husband Gary and our son Will, we are a family of pickers. We travel the country finding treasures to bring to you. Along the way, we have great adventures. Come along with us. Join the journey on Picker Road.
It's another beautiful morning in Paris, and we're heading back to the largest flea market in town. But first, it's time to enjoy some delicious pastries. We found this little bakery, and everything in the window looked amazing, so we had to try it. There's nothing like fresh French pastries. Wow. Okay, let's head into the market.
Well, this certainly has a lot of items.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, good morning.
Certainly has a lot of items in this booth.
What is this country?
US of A.
US, ça have accent, yeah, the US, yeah.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah. Me, you from Senegal?
Hmm?
You from Senegal?
Senegal, ah.
Ah,
Senegal.
nature. Shell ring. Let's hold on to this and think about it. Let's see what we can find here. The metal squirrel. Too bad he's broken because he is signed.
You like, you may see, après je fais
Okay.
good price, okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
Not too bad because he's signed.
I know. If only.
This is certainly a excavation treasure hunt. That's Calvin Klein. Terribly broken. I wonder what that is.
For a candle, maybe?
I have no idea. Nothing there. Little boxes. That's a very pretty bracelet. Look at that. It looks kind of Moroccan. Look at what we have here. Oh, look at these wonderful little porcelain pieces. Looks like a monogrammed piece. And a little lucky clover piece. These look old here. They look quite old, those two pieces. That one's kind of bent. Wonder how much these are. Let's see. Are these yours? How much? 10 euro. I don't see it marked though. I don't believe it's sterling. Little picture frames and harmonicas.
Cameras and binoculars.
Yes. And look here. Look at this jewelry. The size of that. That's quite amazing. Butterfly. Looks very French to me. Make sure it closes here. I'd like to find out how much that is. I'm looking, trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Any stones.
10 euros.
10? 10? This particular vendor had some beautiful jewelry, but her prices were very high. We learned that the French expect you to haggle on prices, so after some back and forth, we settled on a price of 50 euros for this lot. Let's move on to the next space. There is just an abundance of jewelry everywhere. Look at that, whatever that is. I'd be interested to see what that is. I don't know if you can open these and look. Ah, that's interesting. Massage Paris. I wonder how much that is. Very interesting beaded piece.
80.
80. Look at all the earrings. Look at those. Those are very lightweight though. Look at all of these. My goodness, look at them all. Oh, some of them are broken though. That's not broken. That's a very old one. Look at the dog. What does it say on there? It says, I like that dog pin. That is a relic of Saint Teresa. That's a relic. So those actually aren't supposed to be sold. They're supposed to be given back to the church if you don't want it. I could do 30. That's all I could do. 30? 30? 30? 30? I can't do 50 on those.
No.
All right. Nope. Look at that cat. It's funny. Coasters.
Montmartre is filled with amazing restaurants. We took a quick break from the flea market to stop in and have a bite at this one that was absolutely covered in red, white, and blue flowers. The atmosphere here was lovely. We toasted to the success of our picking so far and enjoyed our delicious lunch.
As we move into this fun section, the music is really loud, so I'm going to narrate this portion. I'm seeing so many great kind of mid-century modern pieces. I really liked this one. I love the color, but it's way too heavy. And this cut to glass, little delicate. Postcards everywhere, but some of them are so curled and just not in good condition. Certainly not like the ones I've already bought. Moving over here, there's so much to look at. Oh, this dog was so cute. He was very sweet. I really liked this leather diary, but it was locked. There was no way of opening it. It was really too bad. I guess these memories are going to have to stay there. I like this chicken candlestick, but I was noticing a lot of little chips on it. And in the back, he was really badly chipped, so I'll put him back. This vase, however, was a stunner. Mid-century modern at its best. I love the color, and it is marked. I was trying to make out the maker. I might have to do some more research, but I just love the shape and the form and the size. And it's a good weight, too. I need to find out how much this vendor is asking. I'm gonna have to look up that name. Let's see. I hope he's not asking too much. Couple of little chips there, but to be expected. He said he wants 10 euros for it, and I offer him 5, and he accepts it. This little bowl is just gorgeous. I love the animal design. I want that. Little porcelain and metal plates. They're kind of common, so I'm not too interested in those. There is so much to look at. You have to be discerning. This is a nice little turtle, but I really like the one I've already purchased. Much better. This one looks new. And this dog, he's great. He's very heavy, though. I don't think so on that one. Now, I like this plate, but it was terribly cracked and repaired. Had that not been repaired, I would have bought that so fast. This piece is really interesting. They want 30 euro for it, so I'm going to have to think about it. But it is so amazing. It's a flower frog. I liked this piece so much. It's so cottagecore, shabby chic. It's so French, but it's also in really poor condition. It would be very hard to transport, and it would have to be rewired. But I really do like it. All right, I just can't leave this guy. He's got to come home. They accepted my offer of 20 euro. I'm going to have to package him really carefully in the suitcase, but I love him. This piece was interesting, delicate. They had a lot of metal, a knife. What is that? I believe that's a topper for a bottle. I liked the feeling of a knight, but I just didn't think that it was worth picking up. So many little pieces of metal, but a lot of them were new. I like this lipstick holder, but it was in really poor condition. I think I'll leave that. So many interesting treasures to look at. I like this bowl. It looks like Murano. It's got a clear base, but it is exceptionally heavy. Look at all this glassware. And this crystal Corvette. William sold a similar one in the Picker Road boutique. So it's very modern, but lovely. Oh, there's just so much to take in and look at. This little barrel had some liquid in it. Lots of brassware. So much to look at. And there's a lot of modern things too that, I'm just not interested in at all. And here, this was a really, really pretty little leather wallet, but they were asking 50 euro for it, which was way, way too much money for that piece. But I did like it. And this jewelry. Oh, I spotted this really precious little French poodle pin. He's got to come home with me.
Les Wolf.
Oh, and then I spotted this designer barrette made in France. It was absolutely gorgeous. That would be so beautiful in someone's hair. They wanted 30 euros for the 2 pieces, and I thought that was fair considering that designer barrette. I really like this old tin car, but unfortunately it was missing a wheel. But this is a treasure. This mid-century giraffe. Look at the form, the wood. Oh. And this little piece, it was absolutely beautiful. Made in France by a known studio. Just absolutely gorgeous. I have to find out what they want for these.
And then I see this incredible tray. Oh my God. It is mid-century modern, beautifully painted. It's signed. It's very heavy, but it's in perfect condition. I think if I wrap it really well, I think I can get it home safely. I've got to find out how much he wants. He wants €50 for it, so maybe we can do a deal with all 3 pieces. He's thinking about it. Let's see. He's going to do all 3 pieces for €60. He points out it's made in France. I already know that. I love the giraffe, and I accept €60 for all 3 pieces. Good deal. So much jewelry to look at, but you have to be discerning because most of the pieces are new. That's pretty, but there is some damage on it. It's also depending on the price. That's a cute little piece. That's a nice pendant, but I don't know what he's going to ask for it. Let's see. I'll hold on to that. That looks like the bottom of a spoon or some sort of utensil. So many of the little pieces are broken, so you have to be really, really careful. Looking through them, trying to find something that's vintage and pretty. Those are interesting. Let's see. Most of these pieces here are very new. They just don't interest me at all. I asked him the price for these. He wanted €50. That was way too much. I can't pay that, so I have to put him back.
Okay, I've taken the microphone for a second because we're going to talk about this. Look at this 35mm motion picture camera. That is just a thing of beauty. Good Lord, that's gorgeous. That's a Mitchell. Okay, so the first film that I ever made, I actually worked with a Mitchell. We shot time-lapse on it. These cameras are just incredible. And you can refurbish them and they still work today. Love it. Oh, wish I could take that home.
This is a very interesting shop. This is a lot of old masters art. Look at the antique crystal chandeliers up there. And over here, oh, look, William, a Marc Chagall. He is one of our favorite artists.
Where's the goat?
Oh, look at this. Look through the window here. Can you see? Look at that carousel. Maybe you can just step in and get it. As I said earlier, there's no lack of art in Paris, these pieces. So many unknown artists, but so much talent. All right, let's move on. Oh, look, this is a inkwell. Older piece. I don't know how you'd get that cleaned out, though. And let's see that piece. Ah, good old McCoy in Paris.
Maybe Thomas Jefferson brought it over.
French purse. A little bit of staining and wear there. Paris Opera. Excusez-moi, how much?
40.
40. Yeah. All right. So this is an example where some vendors just are a little higher than what I can do, but it's so fun to look. This is amazing. This is 2,400 euro, but what a piece. And look at over here, William. Look at this bowl. Mid-century modernist work at its best. Look at the furniture.
Stay tuned for our recap from Paris's largest flea market later in the video, but for now, we want to share more of our adventures in Paris with you. As you all know, we're big fans of the Vegas Golden Knights hockey team, and while we were in Paris, they were in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We found a hockey-themed pub not far from the Canadian Embassy, and sure enough, they were playing the game. Here's me, Dad, and my brother David decked out in our VGK gear. It was 9 p.m. in Paris and 12 p.m. noon in Las Vegas. We cheered the Knights on from 6,000 miles away, and sure enough, they won the game. The next morning, we boarded a bus just under the Eiffel Tower and traveled about an hour outside the city to Disneyland Paris for a day of fun, rides, and food. In many ways, the park is the same as Disneyland in Anaheim and the Magic Kingdom in Florida, but there were some distinctly French touches. It was so fun hearing the same lines in Pirates of the Caribbean in French, or visiting Les Phantom Manor instead of the Haunted Mansion. We're going to post a lot more from our visit to Disneyland in a separate standalone video soon. After an amazing day at the park, we sat down for dinner at the Silver Spur Steakhouse for an incredible 3-course meal. No matter where you are in the world, Disney knows how to make your experience magical. Look at this amazing dinner, and wow, the dessert was so good. Okay, let's head back to our apartment in Paris and take a look at all the treasures we found at the flea market.
Well, here are our treasures from the last 2 episodes. I'm not going to open it all away. This is a gorgeous piece of vintage French needlepoint. It's very beautiful. And a handmade vintage French lace tablecloth. It's just exquisite. 2 small canvases. This is actually a painting on canvas, and this one is a painting on board. Just beautiful flowers. They really spoke to me. And here we have some French pottery by Lebrec. The glaze is just absolutely stunning. A French porcelain fake mane owl, and a wonderful French cat, 1950s. This is a newer piece by a French pottery company, but I just love the shape. I find it so interesting. It is signed, and it is used for flowers. You would do flower arrangements with that. And we move back into some 50s. Look at that, 1950s vase. It is signed on the bottom, and I just adore this piece. 50s pottery, and look at this, 1950s, 60s giraffe. He's fabulous.
We bought a giraffe.
Again. And this piece, again, it's fête main. And I just thought this was very sweet. It's a little French farmhouse, and there's the little French woman. This is hand-blown glass. Look at that color. It's like an emerald. It is marked on the bottom, made in France. And this piece too, it's made by the French studio. Here's a piece of Baccarat glass. I do have to change, it's an atomizer. It is signed, and I do have to change out the top, but the glass is exquisite. And this is a piece of French bubble crackle glass. It's by a company spelled B-I-O-T. Its lid, it's quite vintage. And I found this lovely little dish, intricate scroll work, metal with amber glass, quite old, and little scarabs on the side. This is very old. It's from Lourdes. It's showing the Virgin Mary, just an old little icon piece. I thought it was terrific. Put it up here, put it right there. And then of course this hand-carved turtle.
Turtle yoga.
Turtle yoga. This piece is very interesting. It's by a designer. It is signed and marked, and they're very collectible. This is a cloisonné dish of lilies. Absolutely exquisite in that pale mint green. Lovely little trinket dish. And of course, what is a trip to Paris without a French poodle? And these are two made in France signed barrettes. This one is made by Alexander of Paris, handmade in France. We have a little enamel box from Provence. Beautiful blue insides. Very sweet with a bee on the front. A little perfume bottle with beautiful green colors. This is a designer bracelet by Marc Lorette of France. Beautiful vintage butterfly pin. I don't know if the camera can see that. And of course, two Limoges cameos. Limoges, France. They're very old. And this stunning woman, look at that. Limoges, France. So we have some beautiful little treasures. William, you want to talk about your map?
And then I found this incredible vintage map of Paris and the surrounding areas. This looks to me like it's from the early 1950s, and I think it's in great condition for its age. This would be an amazing piece to frame and put up on a wall somewhere.
Well, these are our finds, and we are so excited to share them with everyone.
Well, we had an amazing time here at Paris's largest flea market. We found some wonderful treasures that we can't wait to bring home to America and share with all of you.
And we had some really delicious food.
Please, if you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give us a like, leave us a comment. It's going to help our channel grow and go many, many more places and bring you along with us. We always want everyone to join the journey.